Son, the Holy Ghost in me.
Hello everyone, welcome to another End Times 4565 video. First off, I'd like to apologize. I've been a little busy, but I'm in the preparations of bugging out, and I've been in distinct prayer about my location, and I feel like I'm too close to the water right now for things that could be happening, going to happen. And the Lord has opened doors for us to move, and we're moving to another location. And as they say in the old cartoons, we're headed for the hills. So we're moving away and getting a little further away from the water. Right now my elevation is 16 inches. I don't think that's quite fair enough. So I need to get a little more elevation. Now, if you happen to live close to the water, whether any coast, east, west, or Gulf of Mexico, or even in England, my friends in the UK, in Spain, and all around the world, you might want to consider getting away from the water for a while. You know, we all move every now and then, so it wouldn't hurt to move right now, and then, you know, later on, if nothing goes on, then you just move back down to the water. But anyway, I'm getting ready to move, and it's quite a project for me. I'm by myself, and trying to move a 3-bedroom house. And, you know, it's a little different, takes a lot of time, but you don't need to hear all that. Secondly, I want to apologize for my voice. I have a bug, and I may be clearing my throat a little. I'm going to try not to, especially I'm going to try not to cough in the microphone. Now, down to the subject at hand. First, I would like to thank all of my 18 YouTube subscribers, because, you know, you guys help me to keep moving. And sometimes I don't feel like I'm doing anything, and then I look and I have 800 views and 18 subscribers, and I started with nothing. And I decided that I wasn't going to monetize any of my videos, because really it's not about the money. I'm retired and I'm doing just fine. And I don't want to have any quote-unquote copyright issues. I'm trying to avoid that, although I am new. So if you'll notice, I'm trying not to monetize any of my videos anymore. It causes a bunch of commercials and all this to come on. I really don't need it. It isn't that much anyway. It's just not worth the hassle, so I ain't going to do it. Now, there's a lot of things to talk about. I'm not going to get all this in one video, so I'm going to take it, hopefully, one project at a time. Now, here is something that has just hit the news, and it's this right here. This happened on the 12th of February 2016. It's a news article. It says, last summer North Korea did something a little odd on the 70th anniversary of Korea's liberation from Japanese occupation. The closed-in authorization state renounced it was permanently turning its clocks back a half an hour, and the country was creating its own time zone. And basically, to summarize what it is North Korea decided that they didn't want to have the same time as everybody else or somebody else, so they decided to move the clocks and have their own time so that they could be separate. And so come along here on the 12th of February, and it says here, it says, are all time zones inherently flawed? That's what Steve, Hank, and Dick Henry think. Hank is a prominent economist with Johns Hopkins University, and a senior fellow with the Cato Institute think tank. And Henry is a professor of physics and astronomy at Johns Hopkins, teamed up to propose a new calendar designed to fix the inefficiencies of the current one. The plan was dubbed the Hank Henry Permanent Calendar. So basically what this amounts to, ladies and gentlemen, is they want to do away with all the time zones. They don't want all these time zones. And my computer's really taxed right now, so I hope it's just not screwing with me. See, all these time zones are just a pain in the rear. Look at that. I mean, you get on a jet over here, and you fly over there, and then you got jet lag because you look at the clock over here, and it's not the same as over there, and you're tired because the clock says you're tired, and then you go over here, and then you go over there. What time is it over there? It's New Year's over here. It's yesterday over here. It's tomorrow over there. You know, it's just all these different time zones. You know, there's just such a pain, you know, all these time zones. You got to do something about all these time zones. What is all that? What does it mean anyway? What difference does it make, all these time zones? Who started that? So, you know, these two guys, Henry and Hank, making a proposal that is, by the way, being looked at quite closely. And their proposal is, instead of a 12-hour clock, in other words, at noon, it would go to 1 p.m. Now, that's what happens now. But instead, in the new time zone, it would go from noon to 1300 hours, which is military time, or the 24-hour clock, known as a 24-hour clock. And if you was ever in the military, you know what a 24-hour clock is. Because they don't have 2 o'clock in the afternoon, okay? They have 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17. They got it like that, okay? So 10 o'clock's 1000 hours. 7 o'clock is 0700 hours. 12 midnight is 0 hour. And so the 24-hour clock is what they want to use, and what they want to use as this 24-hour one time zone clock. In other words, they want to display all the time, change the times, and make it one time zone, and using UTC time or Greenwich Mean Time, which can be found here. So let me show you this, if I can, without destroying my computer, which I don't know if I can. But we'll click this. It's probably not going to happen. But I wanted to show you a little better picture of what UTC time is. Of course, UTC time, whenever you look at earthquakes or airplanes fly, or whenever there's something like trains now, all the trains are using UTC time. So they want to make everybody at the same time on UTC time, because it just seems logical. I mean, it makes it so that, you know, UTC time is just, you know, logical. Makes it so everybody can have the same time. Everybody's on the same time zone. And that's what they want to do. So here's what I want to explain to you. And that is that it's an effort to, in case you're wondering, it didn't work what I was trying to show you because my computer's taxed. UTC time is Greenwich Mean Time. I'm trying to make this simple so that we can understand it. And I remember when I was preaching back in 2000 and 1999 and all that. And I preached the book of Revelation. I do a seminar on Revelation. And in this seminar of Revelation, you always refer back to the book of Daniel. And in the book of Daniel, it plainly tells us what the Antichrist has a plan. And I preached this years and years ago, and people thought, no, this would never happen. But here it is right here, seriously being looked at to get rid of all the time zones and just go to the 24-hour clock. Now, I'm in Daniel chapter 7, verse 25. And let's go to 24. And the 10 horns out of his kingdom are 10 kings that shall arise, and another shall rise after them. That's the Antichrist. And he shall be diverse or different from the first, and he shall subdue 3 kings. Going to take 3 over. Got that? And he shall speak great words against the Most High. That's God. And shall wear out the saints of the Most High. Mama ever told you to wear you out? And think to change times and laws. And they shall be given unto his hand until a time and times and the dividing of time. So here's what I want you to know. Things are happening around us at such a magnanimous pace. How can you be so blind as to not see what's happening right in front of us? Okay, they're going to go to a one-time zone. And you would say, well, that ain't going to work. Oh, yeah, I'm going to tell you why it's going to work, and I'm going to tell you why. I'm going to tell you why they're going to do it. It's going to work because it doesn't matter. It's just one time. Now, we could talk about time, but time is physical, by the way. It's not just a thought. Time is adjustable. It's physical. I don't want to get into that. That's quantum physics, and we don't have time for that right now. So, they're going to change the time, and it's not going to hurt anything. It just means that when it's right here, when it's 0 hours here, it's going to be 0 hour over here, and it's going to be 0 hour all over the world. It don't matter what the sun is. You just have to recalculate the time. Well, now it's not daylight at 7:07 anymore. It's 6 hours, so it's still dark. Okay, well, it doesn't matter. It's no different than daylight savings time. Daylight saving time is just a clever trick to get you used to changing the time and showing you that it don't really matter. But it does matter, and I'm going to tell you why they're going to change the times. You see, it's going to be a 24-hour clock. It's coming just like a cashless society is coming, just like a one-world religion is coming, like a one-world government is coming, like a one-world currency is on the way. It's all about to hatch itself in the form of the New World Order by way of the elite's evil, sadistic plans. And we want to run around here. We want to run around here in our own little world, and we're not paying any attention to the truth that's happening right in front of your camera, right there. They're going to change the time to one time. And here it is. It's being presented. Here it is. It's being presented right now. One time. For the whole world at the same time. It's 0300 hours all over the world at the same time. Well, see, airline pilots and planes and trains and other scientists and science things that go on in the world, a lot of them are already turning on to UTC time, which is Universal Time or Greenwich Mean Time. And the reason is because when the Antichrist comes on the scene, the false prophet has a job. And the false prophet's job is to make the whole world worship the Antichrist at exactly the same time around the world. And to cause, to stop this confusion where if he says that 3 o'clock, I want you to worship it's not going to say Antichrist. I want you to worship the world leader, and we're going to all worship him. And he doesn't want just a group of people over here, over here, over here. He wants the power. He wants the energy power of the whole world worshiping him at exactly the same time around the world. You see, it's a well-laid plan. It's right in your face. Right there it is in your face, right there. You're looking at it right here, right in your face. They're going to change it to UTC time. So that when the world leader, the omnipotent one from Satan, arrives on the scene, and the false prophet who is going to qualify him as the quote-unquote man from God, and then say that he's going to make an image that's going to be seen all around the world at the same time, even so that he makes it speak. Well, everybody said it could be a hologram. What the heck we need a hologram for, man? We got computers, we got cell phones, they got the image. The image is in front of you. The image is everywhere. The kids look at the image. The kids are looking at the image more than they go into school. And so that everybody in the world will worship the omnipotent world leader. And all of that energy is brought to him. It's like a worldwide ritual. Worldwide satanic ritual. They're going to tell you what to say and how to worship and what to light, what candles and how to bow. And this is the time of prayer. Face this way, face over here, face over there. Hang on a minute. Sorry, I had to get a drink of water. Because they want everybody's worship at the same instant. Do you understand? Look out. Look out, look out, look out. Because the Antichrist is coming, the omnipotent, quote-unquote, powerful one is coming. And he's going to demand your worship around the world. And they're getting ready to get rid of all of these different times on these clocks. Set one time for everybody. For one reason. Look out. Look out. You better wake up. Because Jesus Christ is coming again. And this is happening right in your face. You cannot deny the facts are here. Look out. Because Jesus is coming again.
Me, I've got something to say. When soul goes tired, the devil he comes to play. This old cat's been sitting on the fence too long. Jesus is the light in my corner, darkness is long gone. What was I thinking? The Son, the Holy Ghost in me.